So hi everyone. Now we are going to start the next class of the chapter motion of class 9. Last time we have discussed about various graphs, various position time graphs, velocity time graph and acceleration time graphs. Now we have the equations of accelerated motion. There are three equations of the accelerated motion. Number 1, v is equals to u plus at. Second, s is equals to ut plus half at square, and third one is equals to v square minus u square is equals to 2as. ठीक है. So these are the three equations of the accelerated motion, or we can say motion. First, if we have given v, if we have given u, and we talk about a and t, then we use the first equation. ठीक है, in which we have given time. अगर हमें acceleration given है, time given है, if we have to find u or v, so we can use first equation. Second equation, if in question it is asked or it is given कि s distance find out करना हो या displacement find out करनी हो या given हो, u time or acceleration given हो, then we can use the second equation. S is equals to ut plus half at square. Third, v square minus u square is equals to 2as. अगर हमें distance find out करना है, so we must use two equations. ठीक है, either second or third. अगर हमें टाइम भी गिवन है, ये टाइम पूछा है, टाइम का रिलेशन है अगर है क्वेश्चन में, सो वी यूज या वी गो विद सेकंड इक्वेशन, अदरवाइज गो विद द थर्ड इक्वेशन. सो गिवन चीजों के हिसाब से और द थिंग या द फिजिकल क्वांटिटी व्हिच इज आस्क्ड, डिपेंडिंग ऑन दैट गिवन डाटा, वी हैव टू यूज द गिवन इक्वेशंस. ठीक है, अगर हम टाइम की बात कर रहे हैं, टाइम का जिक्र है क्वेश्चन में, सो वी गो विद द टू इक्वेशंस. अब दोनों इक्वेशंस में से अगर डिस्टेंस भी गिवन है या पूछा गया है, सो वी यूज द सेकंड इक्वेशन, अदरवाइज यूज द फर्स्ट वन. ठीक है, डिस्टेंस के लिए दो इक्वेशंस हैं, सेकंड एंड द थर्ड. अगर हमें टाइम भी गिवन है तो यूज द सेकंड इक्वेशन, और टाइम गिवन नहीं है और एस की बात हो रही है, तो देन वी यूज द थर्ड इक्वेशन. So these are the three equations. How we can use? One more thing. Two terms also we should know. Odometer. This is a device which is used to measure the distance. ठीक है, distance measure. Second, speedometer. This is used to measure the speed. ठीक है, it is used to measure the speed. So these are the two terms we should know. Then we go with the questions. Yes, here it is. A car accelerates uniformly from 18 km per hour to 36 km per hour in 5 seconds. Calculate the acceleration. First of all, write the given data. The car accelerates uniformly from u is equals to 18 km per hour to v, that is 36 km per hour. Time in 5 seconds. First of all, in the first part, we have to find the acceleration. ठीक है, so what is the formula? Rate of change of velocity, that is final velocity minus initial velocity over time. First of all, to convert kilometer per hour into meter per second, how can we convert? Multiply that with 5 by 18. ठीक है, यानी कि 1000 upon 3600 seconds, because in 1 hour there are 3600 seconds, 3600 seconds. So 5 by 18, 18 will be cancelled out with 18. So 5 meter per second is the initial velocity, and this one 36 into 5 by 18, it is 10. Okay. So final is 10 meter per second minus 5 meter per second upon 5. So 5 upon 5 is 1. So acceleration is 1 meter per second square is the acceleration from here, right? In the second part, we have to find the distance covered by the car in that time. In the second part, we have to find the distance. Okay? The distance covered by the car in that time. So, how we can find? We can go with the third equation and we also solve it with the second. It's your own choice, क्योंकि टाइम और s की बात हो रही है तो आप सेकंड भी यूज कर सकते हो, और हमारे पास v और u गिवन है तो आप s फाइंड आउट करने के लिए थर्ड इक्वेशन भी यूज कर सकते हो. इट्स योर ओन चॉइस. ठीक है. इफ वी गो विद द थर्ड इक्वेशन, v square minus u square is equals to 2as. Firstly rearrange them because we have to find s distance. ठीक है. So v square minus u square is equals to 2a. Final velocity is 10. So 10 square minus 5 square upon 2 into 1. So it's 100 minus 25 upon 2. That is 75 upon 2. So 370.5. So what is the distance covered by that in that given time? 37.5 meters. ठीक है. You can also use the second equation to solve this. How can we use? Same question with the second equation. अभी हमने यहाँ पे third equation use की थी. Second equation से भी हम इसको solve कर सकते हैं. What is that? S is equals to ut plus half at square. So u is initial velocity is 5, time is also 5 plus half into 1 into time is 5 square. It's being 25 plus half into 25. ठीक है. So s is equals to, time we have given 5 na, 5 seconds time is given. Yes. ठीक है. तो 25 plus it's 12.5, so it's being 37.5 meter. ठीक है. Same 37.5 here also 37.5. तो we can use both equations. आप किसी भी दोनों में से किसी भी, तो हमें किस न्यूमेरिकल में कौन सी इक्वेशन यूज करनी है ये हमें देखना पड़ेगा. व्हाट वी हैव गिवन एंड व्हाट इज रिक्वायर्ड. तो सबसे पहले क्वेश्चन करने से पहले ये सब चीजें लिखनी होती हैं सो दैट वी कैन रिलेट कि अमंग द थ्री इक्वेशंस व्हिच वी हैव टू यूज. टाइम और एस की बात हो रही है तो यू यूज सेकेंड इक्वेशन. एस और वेलोसिटी और डिस्टेंस की बात हो रही है तो यू गो विद द थर्ड इक्वेशन. ठीक है. टाइम और एक्सेलरेशन और वेलोसिटी की बात हो रही है सो यू गो विद द फर्स्ट इक्वेशन. So this is how we can use the three equations. The brakes applied to a car produce an acceleration of 6 meter per second square in the opposite direction to the motion. See what is given. The brakes are applied to a car, produce an acceleration of, acceleration is 6 meter per second square in the opposite direction to the motion. If the car takes 2 seconds, t is equals to 2 seconds to stop after the application of brakes, calculate the distance it travels during this time. See, we have given s and t. That means we can use second equation of accelerated motion. The brakes applied to a car produce an acceleration 6 meter per second square in the opposite direction to the motion. It took 2 seconds to stop. That means brakes apply kiye car par. Remember two things also. If a car or a vehicle or anything starts from rest, its initial velocity is equals to 0. And if brakes are applied, it stops down, then its final velocity is equals to 0. So in this case, final velocity is equals to 0. So it is also given. And acceleration, brakes are applied, acceleration, so that means retardation, it is also considered as negative. Okay? So minus 6 meter per second square. We can do one thing from here. We also use second equation, but for that we needed we needed u. Okay? So what we have to do, firstly we have to find u, then we use the second equation to find the distance. How? First of all, by acceleration also you can find u, or by the first equation you can find u, या by the third equation you can find u. किसी से भी आप u find कर सकते हैं. So if by using the first equation में नहीं, that is v is given, v is equals to, yes, we can use either first equation or either use the formula for acceleration, या use the third equation to find the s. ठीक है. So first of all, v is equals to u plus at. This is the first equation. By this equation, firstly we find the value of u. So v is equals to u plus at. Rearrange them to find the u. U is equals to v minus at. ठीक है. U is equals to v minus at. V is given 0 minus a is minus plus, that is 6, and time is given 2. So initial velocity here it is 12 meter per second. ठीक है. If we have u, then you can use third equation or second equation to find s. S आप find कर सकते हो second या third equation से. That is, if we use the second equation, s is equals to ut plus half at square. Then initial velocity we have how much? 12. So 12 into time we have 2 seconds. So 12 into 2 plus half. Acceleration we have minus 6 into t square. So 2 square. So s is equals to, it's being 24 minus 12. So s we have 12 meter. Okay. So in 2 seconds with 6 meter per second square acceleration, the car travels 12 meter before coming to rest. ठीक है. कार या व्हीकल जो है, अगर एक्सेलेरेशन रिटार्डेशन जो है वो 6 मीटर पर सेकंड स्क्वायर थी, तो ब्रेक्स अप्लाई होने के बाद इस एक्सेलेरेशन के साथ 2 सेकंड्स में हाउ मच डिस्टेंस इट कवर्स? इट्स बीइंग 12 meters, right? Next question. A body is thrown vertically upward, reaching maximum height h. It then returns to ground. Calculate the distance traveled and the displacement. This is actually the question from motion under gravity. If we throw an object in vertically upward direction, what happened? We threw an object with some initial velocity. Okay. Suppose it will be of 15 meter per second. When it goes up, it is actually the retarded motion, because the motion occurs in the opposite direction of the external force. Gravity is acting in the opposite direction of the motion. So when it goes up, its velocity actually decreases in equal amounts. Acceleration is constant, but negative. Negative, that means velocity is decreasing in equal amounts as it goes up. After reaching to the maximum height, its velocity is equals to 0. Then what happened? Its final velocity is equals to 0. Then again it starts its motion downward direction with initial velocity is equals to 0. ऊपर जाते समय पे maximum height पे पहुंचने के बाद इसकी final velocity 0 हो जाएगी. But when it starts its motion downwards, it starts with initial velocity 0, and when it comes down, its velocity increases by equal amounts. Here the acceleration is positive. Here the acceleration, that is acceleration due to gravity, is negative, because this motion occurs under the gravity action. So we replace acceleration with the acceleration due to gravity, that is A with G. So when it comes down, its initial velocity is equals to 0. As it comes down, then its final velocity is equals to minus of u. So what happened over here? What is asked? The distance and displacement. If we talk about, this is A point, this is B point. When we only talk about the motion from A to B only, okay? A to B only. Then from A to B, if we talk about the distance, what is the distance and the displacement in this case? How we can find? If it reaches to the maximum height, how we can find if it reaches to the maximum height h in time t? So we can use which formula? The second equation. Or if we have u and v, then we use third equation to find this s. Okay? So s we can find with v square minus u square is equals to 2a. S is actually h, height h. So what is the value of h? V square minus u square is equals to 2a. If the object started with 15 meter per second, so we put the value of this, अगर given है, ठीक है? अगर हम इस तरीके से मोशन की बात करें, फ्री फॉल की, then so this is how we can find the h or height या distance find कर सकते हैं. Displacement is also same in this case, ठीक है? But displacement is taken as negative. जो भी आंसर आएगा यहाँ पे नेगेटिव आएगा displacement के केस में, right? तो displacement is also same but negative. V square minus u square is equals to 2a, ठीक है? Then if we talk about the motion back to A, ठीक है? Motion, complete motion, ठीक है? A to B and अच्छा, firstly we talk about B to A. B to A, then distance, the formula is same, v square minus u square is equals to 2ah. From here we can find h. Displacement is positive, displacement and distance is positive in this case, okay? So if we talk about the complete motion, that means A to B and then back B to A. Now from where the object started its motion? From A, and it returned back to point A. In this case, distance is equals to how we can find the distance? Total distance, ठीक है? That means h plus h, that means 2h, h A to B, then another h, ठीक है, because distance is a total path length, it is always added, but displacement is, it reaches to the initial point, so its displacement we can find using the three equations of motion. ठीक है, if we have to find the time ki what time is taken in this motion, then we can use the second equation. What is the formula? Second equation, time of flight. ठीक है, how we can find the time in this case? So the second equation, by using the second equation, s is equals to ut plus half at square. ठीक है, if in case of free fall, ठीक है, we release the object from B point, ठीक है, B to A, then its initial velocity is equals to 0, क्योंकि हमने उसको रिलीज किया है फ्रॉम दिस बिल्डिंग या पॉइंट, यहां से रिलीज किया है. ठीक है, h height it covers in time t, so its initial velocity is equals to 0 and s is replaced with h. So h is equals to half a t square, it goes there. ठीक है, h आप स्मॉल लेना चाहते हो तो स्मॉल ले सकते हो. So t square is equals to, we can also took this time as capital T. Small t is equals to capital T. So t square is equals to 2h, and this a is replaced by g, so we can replace this a with g. So 2h over g, this square when it goes there, so root 2h upon g. If we know h, we can find the time period. If we know time period, we can easily find h. ठीक है, so this is the formula to find h, and this is the formula to find time. ठीक है, this is the formula to find the maximum height, and this is a formula to find the time period in this case of free fall. Free fall क्या होता है? When an object is released and only gravity is act on it, only the Earth's gravitational pull act on it, then it is known as free fall. So these are some formulas which we can use. You can practice more questions on these three equations of motion, right? So we end over this chapter over here. Thank you.